What's up, brother?
What's up?
Shit. I would tell you, but shit. I ain't got too many chicks around.
Oh shit.
I like
What's up, B?
I'm
how
being
you
funny.
oh, you're always funny.
Alex owes me some money, and he goes, "What the fuck?" He's like, "What money?" It's like, "Yeah, money." He's like, "How
The
the hell
fuck?
you money?"
Yeah. What
I
the
was
fuck
like,
do I owe
I was
you
like,
money?
"Nah, man, I'm just bullshit. Bullshit. Just the funny shit. Like, hey,
So we're
oh, buddy,
actually
man.
on YouTube. We're doing it on
Oh,
YouTube
we
this
Really?
are.
time. Yep. I'm trying to see how that works and seeing if people actually have a struggle on YouTube as much as Twitch is struggling. Because apparently my dad.
It depends. It depends. But I'm just gotta say, how you like my T-shirt, bro?
I fucking love that shit, bro. I love
How you
it.
like the T-shirt?
I'm gonna put that in the description.
TSL. TSL, baby. We got TSL.
Yep.
TSL. The
TSL.
shirts that, yeah.
And mine are prettier than your
TSL.
guys.
And what was that?
And mine are prettier than your guys.
I can't, you sound a little muffled, B.
I said, and mine are prettier than your guys'.
Shit. Damn. All right, I can second that. All in favor say aye. Eyes, the eyes have it.
uh,
Yo, it's been, man, it's really nice out here, dude. It's like I'm out and about. It's like 60 some odd degrees. I'm like, yo,
hey, we got a viewer. Thanks you for watching.
man. I'll tell you what's crazy. What's funny and crazy at the same time, though. It's like I was sitting there coming up. We were like the shirt, and I'm like trying to figure out how to do the shirt, how to do this joint, but make it look kind of cool,
Yeah.
different from some, anything else. And so all I thought about was eyeballs, like like make it like eyeballs, and then
Headlights?
put it in a certain, huh?
Yeah. Headlights. Okay, eyeballs. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, the eyeballs. I thought about doing eyeballs, and I was like, oh, eyeballs would be kind of cool, like you're looking at. And then I found I was like, oh, well, what if I just not do the eyeballs thing and just kind of do it, design it a little different and be like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool.
Right.
And then put the wording, you know what I'm saying? Put the wording literally downwards instead of the upper way, and it's like, all
Yeah.
right, cool.
I liked it. I think I sent it to Ty, which he'll be on later. He's at work.
I did send it. I did send it to Ty too on the I did send it to him too. So I send it to everybody, just like boom, boom, boom. It's like here you go. Like shoot.
Yeah.
Well, I got some topics for you today, Blaze, and I think you're gonna like this.
Oh shoot. He's
Okay.
about to have me go ham on some people. Watch.
No, no. It's actually the opposite. I gotta find the
Oh,
fucking.
it's the opposite. Okay, good. Because I don't want to have to be. I don't want to have to straight up act like my name is a dictator.
Uh, so I got.
I'm not a dictator by any means, but I mean, I make women take dictations.
So apparently, there's a new thing going on in the dating world. It's called throning. Throning?
Okay, what the hell is that? And explain that to me, because you just said throning. So explain what the
Well,
hell that shit
here's the
is.
story I got off of Newsbreak. There's a new dating trend making the rounds, and it's all to do with the throning. You may otherwise know it as dating up, gold digging, or clout chasing. According to Gen Z, throning describes people who aren't necessarily focused on love when it comes to dating, but instead date in order to improve their social status.
You think that's something new? That's something new.
It's 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 not new, but it's a new word. Last week we were talking about all the fucking hip saying or the hip words that people
Oh
are
yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah.
So I saw that, I was like, huh. I haven't heard that one yet. So basically, she a gold digger, or he's a gold digger.
Family has money and they want to be a part
Here,
of it.
here's my thing on that, right? I
Hmm.
mean, that's not nothing new. I mean, shit, they had arranged marriages back in the day for social status, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
They
not a
used to
new
both
thing in the
still do
dating
it.
world, but I mean, nowadays, what the hell is an actual relationship, really? Because like most of the time, you know, you
Right.
have some women and some men who marry women for because they make more money, you know, and then you have some men who get marry women because they're trophy wives. You know, they look good on their arm. They're that social status, like you said. So I mean, it goes hand in hand. I mean, shoot, to each his own. But here's the thing: are you really dating or marrying somebody because you love them, or you really have something in common with them and you can see a future with them, or are you just doing it for just clout, like we would say, or the money, or just the status? If you're doing that for status, I mean, how's your relationship really? Do you really have a relationship, or you're just basically lying? Like the bottom line is, I feel like if you're doing that, you're lying to yourself because you don't even know yourself.
Right.
Well, ain't gonna be. You're never gonna be happy either. Let's face
Yeah, I
Well,
mean that to me is just you're to me you're putting yourself in a no-win situation because if he or she decides to get married to that person and you're dating that person or like you fall in love, somebody's going to get hurt in there.
yeah.
Somebody's going to get hurt. And the reality is he might be falling in love with this woman and she's dating him just because of his status, his money, his car, what he got, or he's dating her because of the way she's look, and he doesn't really love her or likes
it.
her, or he's not like
Her daddy's got a corporation that he wants to get his foot in the door. You know.
Yeah.
right. You know what I'm saying? Like that, somebody's gonna get hurt there because you decide to get married and the marriage doesn't work out and you guys have kids or whatever. Who suffers? It's not the two adults that suffer; it's the kids end up suffering.
Yeah.
So like if you're doing that, you're doing an injustice to yourself and you're doing an injustice to the relationship. My personal opinion is you need to be freaking damn honest, and you honestly you need to find yourself first before you try to find somebody else or try to even date somebody. If you're just doing it for status, then you're doing an injustice to yourself. You're really doing an injustice to yourself because you're never growing as a human being. You're just freaking them just leeching off of somebody. And if you're leeching off of somebody, I mean, what good are you? That's the question you need to ask yourself. What good are you? And I'm not saying what good are you, like what good are you to yourself and what good are you to society? What are you benefiting and what are you doing? You're not doing anything. That's what I'm seeing here. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
like, that's why dating right now in the 21st century is so damn hard.
yeah. Well,
Because you
speaking about
truly,
that, speaking about being hard, I found something on Facebook dating, or as I like to call marketplace. Uh,
oh shit.
so just listen to this. I'm in her. This is the bio. I'm still with my man. He's just never treated me right, so I'm seeing what's out there. I am a nerd. I love Harry Potter, Star Wars, anime, etc. I am young, but I have two kids. I want stability. If you're looking for a friend, I am too, but I don't cheat and am just looking. So don't message me thinking anything will happen. It probably won't. I have an autistic daughter and a newborn son. Love tattoos.
She's with somebody, but she wants to be friends with somebody else.
So what I took out of that is her boyfriend or man or whatever the hell it is not taking care of her. Like the first
She
line
got a
literally.
newborn baby. Obviously, they're fucking.
Well,
I love.
it says he just has never treated me right. So I'm seeing what's out there, but I'm not gonna cheat. then if you're looking for friends, then you should go onto the friends site of Facebook Friends. There's literally on Facebook dating, you can select friends and you can match with people for friends. I just thought it was.
Okay, so obviously he's not treating her right. She's got a child, a young child, a newborn child. So it ain't like she's cut him off, right?
No, like, she's still with him. And
I get it. So I just
I don't know.
So
it takes
so basically, she want to have a cake and eat it too.
Basically,
pretty much.
I
She
just.
wants to become emotionally attached, and then she's just saying that now, and then eventually, sounds like she could whatever. I,
It was just it was funny to me. I'm like, huh. Well, how about go to the friend side? Don't be on the dating side because
you should
even though
tell her
you're putting your you're putting your thing out there. It's still like
that means everybody else can see it too,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So if your man or whoever you're with finds you on here and wants to know, hey, what's this about? I mean, obviously, whatever. I don't get people.
I don't get
What
them
would you
either.
want? You know what? I think a thing with women, and I'm just going to put this out there, is women will tell you, "Oh, I just want to be friends," and then, and it can happen with guys too, I guess. And then, but that's not really going to change. They think you're going to change you or going to make you decide you can't be without it. I don't know. I just feel like women aren't always a
What
hundred
you
percent.
what you
Okay.
what you saying is she's still in her whole face.
Hmm.
Well, I'm just feeling like you can say, "Oh, I only want to be friends," but that's not what you really mean. You're just saying that so it doesn't look
No.
like you're being cheap,
Well,
but at the same
you're okay. Number one. Here's the thing. Okay, I have a firm belief. I'm a firm believer in this, right? Okay, there's a difference. All right, you are interested in somebody, you're dating somebody, or you're committed to somebody. Okay, dating in the rhyme of things is we've put dating in a very gray area. I think we've put it in a very gray area. And the reason why I say that, you can date somebody. Dating or dating with the intention. That's what we say. We're like, oh, I'm dating somebody.
with
Okay.
intention,
Or I'm
dating with
dating with
intention,
intention. Or I'm
meaning
committed with somebody.
looking for
So
that relationship.
right. Oh, I'm looking for a relationship or whatever. We put all the whole dating in gray areas. So if
Hey,
we're gonna put
Tyler.
it in gray areas, let's define what area you're gonna say. Because the area you're telling me as a woman, if you're telling me, oh, I just want to be friends, okay. So I can do what the hell I want to. Don't get mad. Okay. We can go to the
Right,
bar. I can go talk to another chick.
right,
You can't get mad. Okay.
right.
But here's the thing. Meaning saying that and understanding that and meaning that when you tell a man I just want to be friends, okay, that then that's what it is. So
Right.
he's got the option. He should have the option as a man to go and say, hey, we go to the bar, hey babe, yeah, cool, yeah, I'm talking to this girl, I'm buying her drinks and shots. Oh, you're not gonna get mad. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get mad as a woman. It's same way. Same scenario. A woman, a man tells you that he doesn't want to have a relationship and he just wants to be. We can be friends and we can kick it. Okay, you guys
Tyler,
go out
That's
and do
bro,
that.
Tyler.
It's a
that's what
different. It's it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? Most men are like, oh, you with me? We went out to the bar. Why are you talking to this dude? No, 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 no. She told you what she was gonna do. She told you that and you did, and she did that. It's the same principle. I think we need to define when we talk about dating, right? We need to define those gray areas and make sure the person that you're talking to knows exactly what the intention and what the expectation is. If the expectation is I'm dating with the intention of moving the relationship forward, that needs to be stated. If it's a, hey, I'm dating and you in the friend zones or we just friends with benefits or just friends, whatever you want to call it, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But we need to define that instead of saying I'm dating you. Okay, you need to say, hey, we're hanging out. We're having fun together. I'm not dating you. Okay, let's understand that I'm not dating you. All right, we can have friends. Men can have friends. Women can have friends, and y'all can hang out, and that's what it is. Then now you have those relationships where we're talking about. Okay, I'm dating you. Okay, we're dating. Okay, dating doesn't mean I'm committed to you. Dating means I'm seeing where this will go. Maybe this might be something. This might be something to entertain. Okay. And then you have, okay, I'm in a committed relationship. That's where you move beyond that point. So I mean, shit, to each his own. If she says, hey, I want to do whatever, she can do whatever. I mean, I think you as a person cannot control another person. Okay.
True.
That it's the honest truth. You cannot control I can't control a woman, and a woman can't control a man. If we're Unless we're mutually have a mutual agreement, and that's the thing. I think relationships nowadays in the 21st century, there's not there's not a lot of mutual agreements. There's one person sees it one way, the other person sees it the other. So I mean, just stating facts.
So I'm gonna Tyler. I'm gonna ask you because I mean Allie. I'm gonna ask you. So if you're looking through that and someone says they want a relationship, does that scare you way more than somebody that's saying? I mean, I guess my question would be if someone point blank stated they're looking for a relationship, does that like scare people off?
No, I mean for me it doesn't. If they want a relationship, it doesn't. I mean, for the people that are just probably fucking around, it might. But even then,
Right.
they might just go in there pretending like they want a relationship just to get some, and then break it off like, oh, the feelings aren't there. So
So realistically, how does somebody go about stating what they want and not lying about it, but then not making it more than it is or less than it is?
the problem I mostly have when it comes to the online dating is that the first part is to have a conversation, try to keep it rolling, and a lot of people nowadays say uh, they want to keep like the conversation going, but after like the first like 3 to 4 questions asked, they just drop. So that's when those things die. And then there's other times where they're just straight up, "Hey, I'm looking for this," and if the person's looking for it, then they'll go through it. If they're not, then they'll just cut it off.
But what
It's
happens if they're telling you, hey, this isn't really what I'm looking for? Because you rather know sooner than later if it's not going anywhere, right?
Yeah, you rather, but that doesn't always happen. A lot of the times,
Right.
at least for me, uh, it's what they want for the first like 3 to 4 months, if you get lucky. And then after that, it's like,
Still a lot of time to invest with somebody, don't you think? I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely not like back in the day where you ended up being with somebody for more than 12 years before something ends or something. Like my longest right now is like a year before I got broken up with. My shortest
Mm.
one was 24 hours.
Doesn't surprise me.
And by the way, Tyler, fuck you. Take that picture down.
What do
Put
you mean?
it back on the Brock Lesnar's daughter.
What do you
Well,
mean?
now I gotta come look. Oh, I think that's somebody you know, huh?
It's a girl that came across Facebook dating. And I took a picture of it, or took a screenshot and sent it to Ty.
He's like, oh, who likes me? I was like, perfect match.
Yeah. You're not supposed to do the roast bit until like at least halfway through, right?
I didn't know how far y'all were into it.
We just started.
How was I supposed to know that? You
So
got working out
here-
done.
here's the funny thing, right? Like if a woman if a woman does say, I am looking for a relationship on a dating site, you know, I don't think that's, scares men away. I think she puts it out there. She knows what she wants. I applaud any woman who says, "Hey, I'm looking for a relationship." Okay, I applaud a woman who says, "Hey, I got divorced or I was with in a relationship. I have kids." She puts it out there and she lets it be known. The thing is, I think we've, I think in the dating scenarios and the dating dynamics that we have in today's online dating, and meeting people, because we can meet people from all over now. I think with the dynamics of um of the online dating, we're not we're not interactive with people. You used to be able to go out and it's a friend of yours, "Hey, I got a girl or I got a guy that I can set you up with. It's a blind date. Oh, let's all go hang out." You used to meet people that way. You used to meet people at going to the bar, going to the club, doing all these different things, and or church or wherever. But you met people face to face and got a sense of who they are by talking to them. Uh, our
Oh
world
my god.
our world has changed now to where the interaction you're getting is pictures. So you're looking at somebody picture, and I mean, with all the AI stuff and all the overlays and all everything else, a woman can make herself look more attractive than what she really is in person. A man can make himself look more attractive than what he is really in person. um and then you can hear somebody's voice, um and then it's like, oh yeah, this person sounds cool. They can be telling you different things. You have no idea until you actually meet that person, and then the dynamic may or may not change. I mean, it's like looking at catfish. There's some catfish that works out. The people are not catfish, and they're really who they say they are. And then you have those that, like, they meet each other and they're not catfish, but the online dynamic versus the in-person dynamic does not work, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could be talking to somebody for months and months online, and having that built a relationship, and probably video chat or talk on the phone or whatnot. And that dynamic works. But the dynamic that doesn't work is when you guys meet each other in person. It may not work because for some reason now you're actually hearing that person's voice. It's not over the phone. It's not being broken apart. You can hear the pauses. You can see the facial expressions. I mean, our dating scenarios and world has completely flipped upside down from where it used to be. So I think those are all factors that cause problems. Even like us looking at things in general. Um, I also think that we in today's society, we're more less liable to tell the truth about the relationships that we're looking for versus actually saying, "Hey, this is what I'm actually looking for." And some people right now don't even know what they're looking for. They're more looking for a status replacement versus happiness.
Yeah.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, and that's men and women. That goes both ways. I see them doing the status thing and going as far as saying, "Hey, I want to have I want to have the house, the car, the luxury joint," and it's that portrayal of happiness that they think they need to portray to their other friends. It's like we said, the status quo.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, that's one thing
I mean,
that's always a thing. It just,
yeah, I don't believe that everybody has to have a status quo. I think you're if you're doing, like I said, the injustice to yourself and the injustice to the relationship is trying to put that in there as a status quo. Is doing the status quo thing.
yeah.
Like it brings me to a crossroads to say that the 21st century dating scene has way bigger of a gray area than 50, 60 years ago. I mean, it's way more complex. It is way, way, way more complex.
That it is.
Mm-mm-mm.
I think that's Alex's fault though. Nah, nah, I'm just kidding. But I mean, is would do you really do you think that the 21st century, how complex that our our lives have been and how integrated our lives have been, is that like is that part of it? Is that like a big issue? You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Facebook Marketplace, or not Marketplace, but dating. There's so many dating apps and dating sites out there. Are, are we doing a disservice to ourselves by sitting at home looking at a site versus actually going out and interacting with people?
Uh, I,
Because I've met people on the internet and chatted with them for years, never met them, never was going to meet them. And it wasn't, it was like became friends with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that was not a sexual, okay, there might have been some flirting, but I'm not saying it wasn't like, that it wasn't like that. Just because being in a, uh, being in a relationship, it wasn't, kids and this and that, but nobody paying attention to you. It was just being online was just a way to have someone to communicate with sometimes. So,
I think being online is kind of hurting. It hurts the dating aspect because, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's easier for like longer, I guess, for people out of state to meet each other. If it were to actually work for me, wished, but doesn't. Uh, but if it's good when it can be, but at the same time, being hiding behind a phone, people only really know how. My problem is they can't. The women I've dated won't tell me their feelings face to face. They have to text it to me instead of just if we're if I'm right
yeah,
next to
but
her.
that's because it's less vulnerable.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
it it's it's stupid
If
in
you're
my
just
opinion.
dating, I'm like, it's kind of hard to say, like, oh, I don't know. I don't think saying, okay, I don't,
Yeah,
what am I
it's
trying to say?
it's
Easier to hide. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah easier to hide, easier to look at a screen. I've picked I've talked to girls at bars, but
you know, some people they work 7 days a week, and it's easier for them to go on dating websites.
yeah, there's props to that, but I don't know. I feel like
Because a lot of us after we get off of work, we don't want to go out and do shit.
yeah, that's also true. I don't know. I feel like it's good for Ty for me because I like to not go out when I get home from work, and then the weekends I'm usually busy with my son well, mostly with my son. If I'm not with my son, I'm here doing video games, playing my guitar, or
No one cares.
okay. But I mean, you could be like Tyler and go to a gay bar.
Well, find somebody there, right?
He went out with a group of his coworkers, and they took him to a gay bar. And now he knows how I feel
Yeah,
when he
more
starts.
fun going to gay bars. Yeah, going to gay bars is fun, even if you're straight. I had a good. I'm just saying.
Well, Tyler's thing was he went there and he felt really like uncomfortable, and now he has a coworker that keeps doing what he does. Makes me feel uncomfortable about like last week when he was saying like band camp and all that stuff, and ooh, what we did when he was here. Yeah, now he has somebody doing that to him, and he goes, "I know how you feel, and I feel amazing now because now he feels my pain." I do. It feels amazing. So you're still getting that treatment, Tyler. Excuse me. So how was work, Ty?
What's the thing happened this week? Do these kids like freaking out when they're there?
Huh?
It's a reptile place. Does the kids, some of the kids ever get freaked out when they're there? Talking to you, Ty.
Huh?
You guys have been
Huh?
listening this whole time.
I said. So when you're at work, sometimes do kids get freaked out when they go there?
Oh yeah, actually. So more of the adults get freaked out than the kids. Usually, kids are the ones that don't have fear and will be like, "Fucking hold everything."
Because they're curious. Yeah.
And the adults are like, "Oh no, I don't want to do that." It's like, bro, why the fuck can your kid do it? Put your big boy or big girl panties on
Let's do it.
and fucking touch the snake. It's not that fucking hard.
I believe it.
Oh, I was waiting for you to comment on me saying about the gay bar.
What about it?
How it made you feel uncomfortable.
I mean, it really made me feel uncomfortable. I was there with people I knew. Only part that really seemed a little weird to me was that they had one bathroom that said all genders on it. I felt like that's an incident waiting to happen because all somebody has to do is if a woman's in there and then a dude walks in, because it's not
Well,
like
we're
a
not
single
looking
bathroom where like the door closes and you got like knock on the door. It's literally one of those like big ass bathrooms that multiple people go into, right? So the way I was thinking about it is I'm waiting for there to be a dude or a girl to go over in there, and the girl said the dude did something to her, and there'd be a whole big ass fucking scene about it, right? And if you're at a bar, realistically, shit like that could fucking happen. I'd rather avoid putting myself in situations like that. So I just said, fuck it, I ain't using the bathroom.
You squat in the alley, too?
Go out in the alley.
That's more dangerous.
So I just held my shit until I got home.
Oh, well.
Then I said something about.
But your point, if it's a gay bar, is it like there was women there, right? So it's for men and women.
There was women.
Oh, you're
there
more apt
too.
to find two You'd be more apt to find two lesbians than they're making out, probably.
And Alex is over here trying to dog on me about it.
You went to a gay
No.
bar?
No, I mean, you're going to tell me you don't want to go to a bar and see two chicks making out?
You didn't say you went to a female. When you say gay, I'm thinking you went to like a gay, like for guys.
Dude, it's called a gay bar in general. That doesn't just mean fucking gay.
When I hear gay, I think guys. When I hear
of course you do, because you would love to go to one where it's just guys.
No, the fuck I don't. I've never been to a fucking gay bar.
Oh.
Never once.
But I went with people that like I went with my brother who is gay, but he was always like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
Oh, literally, like I was telling him, there was girls there that had their fucking boyfriends with them.
Yeah, but those were your coworkers.
Oh, it's still like I said, they had their boyfriends with them. So are you trying to say they're
okay? Then you can't say you went to a. At that point, you can't really say it's a gay bar if there's men in or I don't know.
Bro, it can still be a fucking gay bar. Again, we've been through this. Women can be gay too.
No, I know that, but at that point, they're because usually, at least
you've never been to a gay bar. So what are you trying to talk about?
Because I've heard stories and I've read on shit, dude. Usually, a gay bar is like only has like it's a men's gay bar or women's gay bar, and if it's both, it's just a regular bar.
You know, not every gay bar is the same, right?
Yeah, I know that, but I stereotype.
Right?
You know, I'm laughing because you say like, you know, going to a gay bar or whatever. I'm like, shit. I was like, I worked at a gay bar, and I'm straight.
Sure,
I've
there.
Exactly.
have friends. I've had
So what the
friends that
fuck
are.
is Alex over
I
here
have
bitching
friends. I
about?
have friends. I have friends that are gay. It's not a problem. I've gone out, hung out, gone to gay bars. I mean, here's the thing. I think no matter what you do, sexuality is sexuality. Okay, be an adult about it. It's really. I've gone there. I mean, I've even DJ'd at a gay bar. It is not. It's the most fun. It's funny as heck to really think about it. You have a lot of women. You have a lot of women who actually go to gay bars because they don't get hit on. They can dance. They can have a good time. And
Yeah.
then you have a lot of other people who go to, literally will go to a gay bar just to be like, hey, I'm going to a gay bar. It's gonna be fun. I get to chill out. I get to hang out. I get to do, things. Um, I'm not saying that it's a problem, but it's like it, to each his own. Everybody has fun in a different way. I mean, some people have a problem with it and some people don't. I mean, if you got a problem with something, you eliminate the problem, or you don't do
You
it.
don't go. If you don't like it, don't go.
Yeah, you don't like it, don't go. I mean, if you have a problem with it, don't
Yeah, Alex.
don't put yourself in that situation. I mean, but really and truly, like who really gets, if you're getting bent out of shape over the fact that it's a club, I mean, that's a whole different ballgame. I mean, I'm not gonna get bent out of shape over it. It's called life, you know.
Mhm.
You do what you do.
See, Alex thought I was gonna get dogged and shit over here for going to the gay bar. It backfired on him.
No, I've gone. Listen, I was in Atlanta. Okay, I was in Atlanta. My my ex brother-in-law was gay, bisexual, whatever you want to say. We went to the club together, and he was like, dude, just tell him, hey, just tell him you're straight, you're here with me, blah blah blah. I'm being supportive, not a problem. Dude, it's one of the better, funnest times I've had at a club, and I've met dudes, I met guys, I met girls, I met women who were bisexual, women who were straight, um, and they treated me 10 times better than being in a regular bar, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? And that was crazy. It was a first time experience, and I was like, damn, I didn't know how fun it could be. I didn't know and they were very nice, and I was open minded, and I think that's practically the things that people have to understand. I mean, within the realm of sexuality, is if you're not open minded, open to experiencing things, or you're not very open minded at all, then I can see that's where it becomes an issue. But if you go with somebody, or you go with other people, and you're very open minded and you're non judgmental in your mindset, and you're open to experiencing something or just trying something new and different, you might find out that it's a beautiful thing. Just saying. Considering Tyler's got the baby face now.
What did your coworkers say? They're like, "Oh my god."
Oh well, I sent it to them all in the group chat that I'm in with them anyways.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah, I told them
We're
I couldn't
about-
go to the bar with them because I look too young now.
So did you get carded now?
No.
He's 29. Look at me. And he still gets carded when we go out. We go out to dinner and he orders a beer. He still gets carded. I just laugh thinking, yeah, lady, he's way old enough to drink, but whatever.
Hey, Tyler, I meant to ask you, how'd you like the TSL?
What did he say? Wives?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it.
cool. I forgot the other design that I have to make up for the other one. So, but not to get off topic, but Alex, what's the next one, man?
Uh,
What can we
Because I don't
say?
want to dwell on this one.
Oh, okay, hold on. I gotta pull it up.
Alex's mom was gay.
How she
Yeah.
might be, I don't know.
Hey, I think everybody's gay.
I mean, if you technically think about it, all of us dudes like something that came out of another dude's nutsack. So technically, in a way, we are all gay.
No, I think everybody's gay. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. If you have ever in your life watched porn, you technically gay.
I watch lesbian porn.
It don't matter. If you, I'm saying, if you as a guy watch straight porn, you're technically gay. You're watching another dude.
Because it has dicks in it.
Yeah. So I mean, really
Yeah,
and
Alex,
truly,
fucking
uh-uh.
faggot.
I mean, I wouldn't see. I think we've miscategorized things is making things into um what it's not. Like, I mean, the fact that we put labels on it, and some of our labels that we put on things are very harsh.
Very accurate. Oh, I'm sorry. Harsh.
It's harsh and true. I mean, there's certain things that are, I mean, that are harsh. That is harsh.
What matters the most is when you look in the mirror, what you give a fuck what anybody else. Honest. You're happy
Because
with
Yeah.
yourself the way you live your life. Who the hell what anybody else.
because the generation that gets grown up in nowadays, you have to be cool in order to survive in the world.
Oh, that I'm fine because I'm hella fucking cool. Are
An
you an
illusion.
actor,
People
Jeff?
being people
No.
feel like it's just an illusion. You see people that got all kinds of shit. They're probably up to the debt up to their fucking eyeballs just because they got shit or whatever. Doesn't make them better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's still, if they have the cool shit, it makes them more. It makes them the better person.
It doesn't make them better. It can be
In this
miserable. But you
generation,
know
it
what?
does. In this generation,
Like,
it does.
me having all my snakes doesn't make me cool.
I'm talking about Gucci,
Make
the
it
fucking
cool.
Beats by Dre, all the fucking
I
fancy
think that's
cool.
kind of what made me get like bit the other day.
I just feel like it's not the material things are not important. You can
No,
be wealthy in a bunch of ways, and having material things is, is not is not nearly as important as people. The only reason it has power is because other people give it power.
yeah,
If you don't buy into it, then you're not bothered.
yeah.
If you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, you're always going to be miserable. I don't know about you
I mean,
guys. I don't make
it's
enough money.
fuck.
I'm in.
I mean, here's my here's my biggest pet peeve, right? If you have money, like you said, you can have money and have a stink ass attitude, and people don't like you because you have a stink ass attitude.
Right?
You know,
Yeah.
um, you don't have to have money, and you can have a stink ass attitude, and people don't like you because you have a stink ass attitude. Um, I'm not gonna say that you know money makes the world go round, but you
There
just
we go.
have an attitude. You have a stink ass attitude. Does that make you really more appealing?
Mm,
No.
oh, no.
Um,
Who do people or not gyrate to? That sounds.
I
Uh,
mean, I think
word.
attitude makes a lot of things. If you have a stink attitude, people don't want to be around you. You have a fun attitude,
Yeah, I
carefree,
agree.
care,
People are drawn to
you know,
people with positive attitudes. Yes, that's what I'm
yeah.
trying to say. You're,
I
you're
mean,
drawn to people with good attitudes. That's why we talk
I've
to
had,
Blaze. He's got a bubbly attitude.
I have,
Just saying.
I have friends that are
I have
rich,
friends too.
wealthy, wealthy friends that are rich, and they're not assholes. They're pretty much down to earth. Don't really like people treating them, certain way because, you find out somebody's rich, they treat you a certain way. You
Mhm.
know, uh, and they don't like that. They just want to be, normal. And so, we've got to. I think we have the the world we live in right now, and the generation that we have that are growing up and coming up. There's a lot of things that are being thrown in a it's being thrown in a pile, and it's being discombobulated, twisted, and it's no longer a small gray area. It's a big gray area all the way around.
no,
Are we boring you? Sorry.
I just got done working, bro. I actually
Yeah,
worked.
he wasn't working on the chocolate, so he's tired right now.
I was worked longer than I actually had to.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I totally understand.
I came in
Oh,
at
you were playing with the two-headed snake.
actually it's something across the street, but I had gone at 9, and then I was supposed to get off at 5:30, and they had me stay till like 7:30.
Oh, shit.
You're the employee of the month.
I wish.
I don't think you get employee of the month on part time, can you?
No, I don't think.
Ah, I can't fucking know.
Okay. Anyway, so back to the next topic.
Alex bores me
Okay.
What?
though. Huh?
What'd you say?
I said you bore me.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so apparently in a town near here, it's about 35 minutes away, a teacher got arrested for improper relationship with a student.
I can see you doing something like that.
Why the fuck would you think it's me?
Um,
Alex wrote all over it.
I'm not even a fucking teacher.
Yeah, if you.
So what happened? What happened to the?
So, this is a coach. I'm not going to say their name. 37-year-old male.
The name's already online. I'm sure you can probably say the name.
It was on. I think that was online, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so you
I
probably.
saw something like that.
Okay.
Male teacher.
Yeah, it's Carlos Font, 37, was arrested Thursday afternoon after a former student reported to the police that they had improper relationship with him several years ago. The school district said, according to the statement of Azel ISD, Font has worked for the school district for 7 years as a teacher and assistant coach in multiple sports, including softball. This was his first year as head coach for the softball team.
what was the female?
Yeah, I'm guessing it was a. Well,
Okay, I don't need to know. You never know.
well, okay. So it says the district said that while investigating is underway, Font will not have any contact with students or return to any district property. According to the jail records, Font was booked in Tarrant County Jail on a charge of improper relationship between educator and student. Details about the alleged improper relationships were not immediately cleared. Uh, the district takes allegations of improper behavior between an employee and a student seriously, and on top of prioritize is ensured a safe learning environment for students, said the school district. Ask anyone with concerns or information about inappropriate contact to contact the school district. This is a developing story with WFAA. So it's just another one of those things where guy teach. I mean, from what it said was he only started 7 years ago, and it was basically his first year when he was in that relationship with the student, and it took her 7 years to come back and tell everybody that it happened. Bro, we can hear you playing Call of Duty Zombies.
Okay, so
Uh,
What's your point? And sometimes when you hang up, I can still hear you masturbating. So what's your point?
How do you know he's not watching porn?
Oh, because I know, Alex. Because if you would have
Oh,
been watching porn, I would have heard two gay guys fucking in the background.
the fuck? No.
not really,
Wow.
pal. My fault.
Apparently, there was another school shooting in Texas. Or
Or does that
stabbing.
surprise me? It's
Stabbing.
Texas.
Okay, this topic. The 10 most unattractive qualities in a man according to women.
Everything.
Right? Everything. I agree with Blaze on that one.
Everything. I'm gonna be flat out honest, right? If anybody was biblically understanding, right? Think about this, right? Ask a woman, what does she want to eat?
Okay.
What would you like to eat?
I want Taco Bell right now.
She knows what she
Okay,
wants.
all right, but I'm just saying that she's on the panel. Come on now.
Oh,
She thinks fat. That's one in the few. Okay. All right. Let's be honest, right? Okay, but decisions wise, as a man, how many of us really do think we please the women that we're with?
None.
let's hear the list first. I want to hear what the list is. What they're proclaiming, and I because this one woman's yuck might be someone else's yum. You never know, right?
I guess. Uh, I kind of gave up on trying to understand women. They make my brain hurt. At least
Wow,
this
things make your
generation.
brain hurt.
That's fucking true.
I don't think we're all.
More than
I
just
mean,
trust me.
so what do you guys think women want?
Who fucking knows? And nobody can ever tell.
What do you think? I mean, just like I think it's fairly simple. They want time and attention and loyalty. Don't you think?
No. Nope. Not the women I've dated.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
Sure they do.
Well, isn't that the same thing guys want? They want their time. They want attention from their from their
Okay,
girl,
so then,
and
so then tell me
loyalty.
this.
I mean, those three things are all in common. Wouldn't you agree or not?
Okay, so then tell me this. Why every woman that I've been with that I have been loyal to or have been nice to and done all this shit, they weren't the same to me, even though that's what they also said they wanted. So, I don't think it really works that way.
It's
Even up these women. Maybe it's because you guys. I'm not. No. I'm just okay. Let's. I think you guys are like in your early 20s. I don't feel like it's the same thing as when you get
I'm in
older.
my late 20s, actually.
Your late 20s, what, 28, 24?
27.
He's in his late 20s. Still,
Okay, that's,
he's
yeah.
still got. You got to understand. He's still got a titties milk on his breath.
Wow.
It's not wow. It's being honest. He's still got titties.
Okay, so Blazer, we're going to ask you. Did your perception of women change as you got older?
Of course. I mean, perception is everything. I mean, but the perception of my perception of
Do
women.
you feel like people grow up as I mean, like women mature? I think men is mature too. My dad always told me men don't grow up until they're like 35 years old. That's what my dad said.
I think
So I don't
your
know.
maturity also is a direct correlation of your upbringing.
But I don't feel like it's mature to be in your 20s as a woman and be popping out kids that, and then you have three fucking different baby daddies. I
I
don't think.
agree.
I
That's
also don't
because
think it's
they're.
mature for women to even have kids in their 20s in the first place.
I would agree with you. I just, well, maybe in their late 20s. I think by then you're going to be settled down. Now, speaking of myself, I had a kid at 19, married my high school sweetheart, had a kid. I mean, I got a kid, pregnant, then got married, but didn't have any children in my 20s. Divorced that guy, got married to somebody else, and I had kids in my early 30s. So, thank God I didn't have more kids in my 20s. But,
Because I feel like when you're in your 20s, you're still trying to figure out your life. So why would you
mm-hmm.
be bringing other human beings into that life where you don't even know what the fuck you're doing yet? To
Women
me,
are young and dumb.
that's immaturity. That's not
No, you
mature.
didn't. It's young and dumb, and guys saying, "Oh yeah, I love you," and they stupidly believe it. Like, "Oh yeah," the minute she's pregnant, "Oh, I'm out." I'm just saying, it's not just her. It takes two to tango, but if people ain't,
Yeah,
let's
I mean,
face
I
it,
also think it's
if you're
mature
not
for dudes to do
protecting
that shit
yourself
too.
and you're not trying,
So
yeah,
I'm
I
a,
think it's
I'm,
mature for me, immature for dudes to do that shit too. I mean,
right.
I
No,
think
I
men.
agree.
everybody knows what the fuck a condom is. They exist.
No, and
Everybody knows how
see,
to pull out. Unless you suck at it, then that's your issue.
see,
But
that's my son, my
here's
youngest.
a
Oh, I'm the pull-out king. It's like,
Oh,
why
here's
so am
not
I.
cover it in the first place?
here
Then
So am
you ain't
I.
here's
got to worry.
here's my biggest thing. I think when it comes
Pull-out
to
king.
pregnancy, right, and a woman saying that I'm pregnant to a man, it's a fear. I don't care who men out there. I mean, sometimes we're like, yeah, I want to have a kid. I want to have a kid. But then there's that part of us that says, damn,
Oh,
my life is about to change.
Bro, I don't want to
Um,
have a fucking kid.
I'm just saying, sometimes it does. I mean, things happen, but I mean, the question is, it's the level of, are we responsible enough? Like, you know, you're saying like the pull-out king, and everybody knows about a condom, knows about protection, all of this stuff, but there's still that fear. You know what I'm saying? I think there's the fear goes both ways, even in women, because like as a woman getting pregnant and knowing that you got pregnant, and I mean, granted, some women do get pregnant for guys because they want to trap a guy, as we say, um,
oh,
and then and some men do want to get women pregnant because, oh man, we're gonna have beautiful kids because she's beautiful. I've seen her mama. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I think it works both ways. I just think that we right now in society has things have been
although
twisted
maybe
and blurred. It's a blurred line. Everything's been blurred. You know, I mean, relationships used to be relationships. It used to be a relationship long term, and now it's more like it's like bam, bam, thank you, man. On to the next one. Like, how can I upgrade? You know, Beyonce had the song "Upgrade." You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit, all right. It's telling women to upgrade men. You know, and then like you have men who are like, all right, on to the next one. That's just my baby mama. Like, she ain't no thing. You know, at one point you did have some type of relationship, some type of feelings for her, and now you're like, oh, I don't care. She's my baby mama, whatever. F this, F that. You know, and then you have women who do the same thing. Oh, that's just my baby daddy. He's a deadbeat daddy, and they go on social media and they blast him. There- There's no longer
baby.
there's no longer a relationship being sacred anymore. Relationship is like being publicized as a thing. You know, it's like if you look at the divorce rate in the United States, it's higher than any other country. And I think part of that is because of all the it becomes a social norm, and it's because it's more of like that status factor, that status thing, you know.
It should follow. Marriage relations should be like renewable. 10 years and then you can decide whether you want to renew it or just part ways.
Hell no, not 10 years. Treat that shit like a driver's license. You got 5 years.
well, if you got kids,
5 years.
I mean, I
No,
understand
no.
the idea of marriage and being together for children. I mean, I'm a firm believer of that.
We
Uh,
should have marriage license should be like driver's license. You got 5 years. So in that 5 years, you can decide if you want to renew it or not. I guarantee you
exactly.
things change then because the stipulation would be whatever we have together is going to be split. Whatever we came in together, we leave with. So if you didn't bring put shit in, you don't get shit. That'd be a mentality change.
I
Oh,
pretty
definitely.
much told my mom and my dad the only grandkids I ever gonna have are either gonna be reptiles or my cat.
That's gonna
What you're
change.
young. Might change. You'll change your mind at some
Bro, bitches be for the streets these days.
point.
Oh, you said that, and I saw something that was crazy. I think I was watching like TikTok, and it was this chick that it was actually one of those like short stories or whatever, short drama or whatever, and the whole entire time, guy was with her. He was working as a sanitation worker. She had no idea that he was like one of the mm, richest guys, and he's been behind the scenes. He's been the one that helping her career grow, school, everything else, and she made it to like a corporate CEO position and whatnot. And then she divorces him. And he looks at her and he goes, "You're divorcing me because that?" And she's like, "You're an embarrassment to me." And I go, it begs a question. How many men have supported women and how many women have supported men and then they relationship ended when they've reached that plateau point or their peak. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
I know.
Do you think that there's like, a lot of truth to that people get to that point to where like you help each other out as soon as you get to a certain point in your life that they end a relationship because they've
don't you think part of that just depends on the person? I don't think we can generalize it, say it's all people. I mean,
no,
not
I'm not
all
saying
people. I know, but I'm just like,
a lot generally like it's like something that's out
do you think that if someone was trying to play you like that, you'd realize it or not?
there. I don't think for men it's harder because I don't think women would I think women have an upper hand in the ability to manipulate men.
Bro, most of us men don't even know when women are hitting on us.
Yeah.
You think we fucking know that shit?
No.
Well, I don't know. I would think that if you've been around at all, you're kind of like you figure it out. You
No, we
pay
don't.
attention to your
We don't really
wow.
think like some unless a man is interested in you or found something attractive, he's the one that really initiates it. I mean, how many women like hit on men and they're like, we don't get it,
It,
not looking at it.
Mhm. That's just me. I'm old.
I mean, is it possible that women is it so hard to believe that sometimes men
You
oh yeah
read my bond or something. You read the reaper bond. I'm so yuck. Like
what was that?
you have to like your reaper bond or something. It sounds really echoing.
I'm not sure.
Oh.
Is the reverb off now? Mm,
Yeah.
that's just my broadcast. What's wrong with y'all?
It just sounds different.
What's not wrong with me is the question.
What's wrong? What?
So what's not wrong with me is the question.
There's nothing wrong with you. Why
There's
does
a
everybody
lot wrong.
just there's something wrong? There's nothing wrong. It's just everybody's not the same.
I just think,
I
well,
mean, it's
how
pretty
you look
hard to
at it.
meet people if you go
What
to
is
and
normal?
from work and you don't really anything.
We had this conversation earlier. What is normal? Like, what is
Normal.
normalcy? What is normalcy to people these days? What is normal? Like in your life, what do you consider normal? Like, going to work, hanging out with friends, on the
Gotta have
weekends,
friends first.
It
out,
varies
going to
on a
the movies,
person.
going to the bar, whatever. What is
People I
considered
thought
normal?
my friends aren't my friends, so fuck that. So
I
I
don't
mean,
know if there's really anything that you consider like normal.
oh,
Because if you think about it, right? So to me, right, I have all these snakes and shit, right? A lot of people will consider that not normal, right? So maybe for me, that might be normal, but
right.
for a typical person, that's not. So like you said, there's nothing really considered normal because what certain people might think is normal it won't be normal to other people. It's all just like people being judgmental of other people. That's all it is.
So what
And people
judgment?
get a yeah, so people get afraid of things they don't understand. They don't understand something, so in taking the time to get to find out about it, like I found you showing us all your animals last week very interesting. I'm not a big like snake person at all. Most of my life I've been scared to death of them, but I found that really interesting. So I was, so it's just a matter of being in an environment and finding things out.
I thought it was funny he almost got bit.
I think I did get bit.
Did it?
Yeah, I don't think she like and like no, her mouth was like legit around my fucking finger. But I did feel her hit my finger, but she didn't like cause like
Yeah.
like me to bleed or shit like that.
I was just like, oh, that was like crazy though. Like, what?
Yeah, funny thing is she's never done that to me.
She waits till you're on camera. She wants you to go to all the show.
Yeah, she waits until I'm recording her and shit to then be like, all right, bitch, are you wanna
Let's.
fuck some now, huh?
Strike.
So I
Oh,
gotta ask, what is something that in a relationship that is not normal that you believe is not normal that would be uh, a red flag that is not, I mean, when I say in the relationship, I mean you're dating this person, it's not normal to you, and that would end the relationship. That will seriously end the relationship right then and
well,
Having pictures
the
of you and your
obvious.
ex still up in your room when you take them to the room to get down to business.
For Alex,
Okay.
somebody that has a dog.
That-
there. I'm just saying, like, what is something that would not be considered normal in a relationship that would end the relationship? Like, really, something normal. You can break
Don't you think you can't be in a
up.
relationship and not know it right away? I mean, I guess my point is how far down? I mean, you wouldn't be in a. At what point do you guys figure you're in a relationship? Do you have to have that verbal "we're in a relationship" before we just say if dating and being in a relationship aren't the same thing? So if you did your homework, wouldn't you know what the weird thing was before you got in the relationship?
no, because people like to put on like to show you a fake persona of themselves,
Yep.
and then they slowly break down
You're
that
not asked,
wall.
but if you're not asking questions.
No, you can ask those questions.
Bro, I
And
And
dated
then, well, then they're a
somebody.
liar. But
I
then they're a liar
legit
anyway.
dated somebody for a year, a full on fucking year. Actually, I dated them for 2.5 years. I should say. The first year though, they put on this persona, like they were this great fucking person, and then after that first year, when they were comfortable in the relationship, they came out who they truly were. So it happens. You only can ask so much. But the
Oh, you're
person
right. No,
on
no,
the other end.
that's a valid answer. I get what you're saying. You're right. They get comfortable and they feel secure. Like, oh, we've got this much time invested. Nothing's gonna happen. I mean, obviously, if it's I mean, if they're cheating on you, that I don't care who. I don't care if they're in a relationship 20 years. You find out someone's cheating or they're not saying embezzling money, but or whatever. There's certain things that are always just going to be. That's it. There's nothing. I mean, so what do you mean by abnormal, Poison?
What's that? Sorry.
What do you mean by what do you mean by something abnormal?
But when I'm saying like abnormal, I mean like, you know, you're in a relationship with this person and something that's abnormal that you find abnormal, like this person, they, uh,
So like you married, they come to you and said, "Hey, I want to go to the swingers club." You might
like
find
what?
that you want to go to the swingers club. Let's go to the swingers club. I want to. Let's do this.
Well,
Did
Oh,
you
you know
find that
what
not,
up?
I
not,
find
yeah, like,
abnormal
that
actually?
or something like, okay, hey, like this person goes, abnormalcy, like you'll be together and everything's fine, and then they like disappears on you, like they disappear, they just go do whatever, like they go
Gone for a
wherever,
few
whatever.
days. Don't say nothing.
Right, they go for a
Come
few
back
days,
later and act like nothing
come
happened.
right, like nothing happens. I mean, like things that are like not normal in a
You know
relationship
why?
between
You know
people.
why I think it's not normal? Is when
What?
a girl has a guy best friend, and instead of them coming to you with shit, they go to him.
ooh, ooh, I like that one, Ty. I like that one.
So how many? Okay, so my thing is this, right? We as men understand this, but like, it's like, how many women do not understand? Like, I've seen this even on TikTok, the experiment where like you have guy best friends, and they're like, okay, that guy best friend is not really your guy best friend. He's waiting in the wing to slay you. He is waiting in the wing to slay you. He's like, he's your guy best friend because you put him in the friend zone, but he's waiting there to slay you. He's like, I'm waiting for that dude to mess up so I can just be like, yo, Netflix and chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like,
So you don't feel like
I
people of
don't
the
see,
opposite sex can be your friends.
no, I don't see it as a problem. The problem I see is if your guy best friend takes precedence over the relationship, that lets
Two-way
me know
street.
that there was more to that relationship prior to me stepping into it.
But that's a two-way street because guys will say, "Oh, she's just a friend, and she's calling him at
No,
2 o'clock, and she's
no. As
calling
soon
him
as
at
I'm
2
in a
o'clock in the
relationship with somebody, as soon as I'm in a relationship with somebody, any friend that I had that was a woman or anybody I was talking to that was a woman is instantly cut off.
I hear you, but the relationship I'm in now, same thing. When I figured out this was going to be something, or then it's like everybody I was talking to, yep, I'm with someone now, and blah blah blah. Cut cord, got off dating sites, the whole shebang,
I
because
think you're,
because I knew that's where my attention needed to be.
but I think that's one of those things where it's respecting. That's one of those, like, not just respect for yourself, but respect for your relationship. It depends on the person because some people literally say, "Hey, I cut everything off. I'm doing this, that, and your third," and really and truly, they have it as a safety net. You know what I'm saying? They don't put everything into the relationship. They put it as a safety net. Like, okay, I'm gonna put it by the wayside. I'm gonna keep it over here on the right, on the left. You're not gonna know about it. Instead of actually saying, "Okay, I got rid of it, and I'm focusing on the relationship."
They're putting it
So
on the back burner, basically.
yeah, yeah, it's their backup plan. It's like some women and some men do this. They have the backup plans. They have the dude that they keep in the friend zone just in case this relationship does not work out. And I mean, there are women who are married who literally are married and been married for a long time and have men that they have on the side that are in the friend zone that they know if this doesn't work out, they know exactly where to go.
Because the husband's paying enough attention in the first place.
Well, I mean, you can do the right thing. You can be doing the right thing 100% in a relationship and still get fucked over. So
Right.
how do you know you're doing the right thing and everything's working? And the other part to that is even if you're doing the right thing sometimes ain't doing the right thing.
So are you true to yourself or you true to what people want you to do?
Well, I think you have to be true to yourself, but also you have to be true to the relationship. If you're true to yourself and you're true to the relationship and you're doing everything the right way and
That shouldn't be a
it's
problem, huh?
still going right, it shouldn't be a problem. But if you're the only one you're true to yourself and you're true to the relationship, if you're the only one doing that and the other party is not, the eventually there becomes a part of you that turns into resentment. It turns into angry.
Yeah.
It turns into frustration. And I mean, there's levels to where it will go. And then there's a
Waiting,
point where you're going to
waiting.
say, I'm done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's, I'm a firm believer there's levels to that, you know?
I'm a firm believer that women don't know what they want to eat or know what they want in a relationship.
Wow. Okay. Are we
Damn.
talking
Saying,
about the generation now or are we talking about the generation before? Because,
No,
or are you talking about women in
that
general?
I
Are
don't
you saying
know.
that
I
women in
don't.
general don't know?
no, I'm talking about the generation we have now.
Okay. Because the generation we're in now, I believe that statement could hold
I think
true.
it's more about yes. I think it's more. How many people do you know are like more looking for casual sex with friends with benefits?
Now, here's where I laugh about something, okay? And I think
And you
this
guys
is
don't.
really
Or
funny.
you two younger guys don't even consider that. It's not a
Yeah.
consideration. You don't want someone that just comes and hooks up with you, and you're okay with that. You guys are looking
I'm
for a
okay with that.
oh,
I've had
okay,
that.
No,
well,
but you
friends
look,
with
but
benefits.
but I mean, to each his own. I mean,
Oh,
as you
I'm
grow,
not judging. Don't no, I'm not judging.
no.
I'm
I'm
not.
just saying, as you grow, your level of experience, and as you grow as a person, you tend to know exactly what you want. The question, the question comes in. It's like, as a man, you know exactly what you want. As a woman, you know what you want or you don't want. Vice versa. But here's what I laugh at. Okay, I look at I look at our generation now, and I
Mhm.
see this, which is really, it's not concerning, but it's really funny because I watch like
Well,
TikToks, Facebooks, I watch all these different reels.
you think about at some point your daughter's gonna want to start dating.
Well,
Oh
yeah,
god,
but this is my point though. This is my point. This is what I watch at.
she can't.
I watch a lot of women who are in their 30s and 40s, and now these women are saying, "Hey, they're on these dating sites or they're out here and they're like, "Oh, I had 2 and 3 kids and oh, my kids are teenagers and if you see me in the club, mind your business. I mind my kids in my earlier age and now I can do whatever I want." And then they are saying, "Oh, now I want to have an actual relationship, but I want to travel and I want to do this." Do you think that, and I'm asking this totally around, do you think that that's an injustice to a man to come into a situation where he actually finds that woman attractive and he wants to formulate a relationship with her, but he wants to have kids with her and she doesn't want to have kids because she's already had kids down? Is that an injustice to a man
Well, then
that
if
a
that's what you
woman,
want and she's not going to do it, then why would you even stay with that person? You may be attracted to him, but if the end result isn't what you want, why would you even bother? Why would you pursue somebody who doesn't want to have kids if that's what you want?
So is it
That's about
is it
stepping
what
up and saying, nope, this is I find you attractive, but this is a deal breaker. And
okay?
kids are something that's a big deal, obviously.
Right. No, it is. It is a big deal, but I'm just saying. It's like I think men are more acceptive of a woman who has kids and women are acceptive of men who have kids.
Well, you can't
I'll tell you
change
this
the
much:
past,
I've
and
dated
it's a
two women
package
that have kids, and I never want to do that shit again.
because why?
Because it's too much fucking baggage.
Yeah. No,
Like, no,
my son's a little bit older than you, and he's dating a woman that's got 4 kids.
oh hell no! Me telling me to break up with that bitch.
Man, I keep trying, but
Because it's familiar.
even though,
That's why he ain't going nowhere. It's
well,
familiar.
I know that. I love my son. Don't get me wrong, and she's a nice girl, but it's just kind of like my son's not good. He doesn't want to play stepdaddy. That's just he doesn't want to. That's not going to happen. Or kids have kids, teenagers, whatever. They have their own things. So, but
Do they all have the same father?
they all do have. No, the oldest one doesn't. She had the one when she was really young. The other three all. Yeah, she was married and had children with her
Okay,
husband,
okay.
and then
So,
he left. And yeah, so
all
I don't. She's a good person. She's a hard working girl, and she's not looking for him to take care of her. She works full time, got 4 kids, and goes to school right now to be a nurse. So she's trying to up her own game without any, she's not leaning on him for that. Although he does treat her good. I have respect for her. I'd like to see grandbabies sometime, but not with her. I don't want him to have babies with her though. She's already got enough.
right. Some
You
people
like
want
her,
to be,
but you don't
be
like her
that
that
next
much.
like. Some people want to be that
Pardon?
next 19 kids and counting.
Fuck that.
No.
Props to
I'm
that
saying you
lady.
like her, but you don't like her that much, huh?
Huh?
I said you like
What'd you
her, but
say?
you don't like her that much.
Well, she does not parent her children in a way that I see it that I feel is a good way. Like you got your teenage kid smoking pot and this and that, and he acts all pouty and moody when you come to a family event of mine, and then mama takes your phone away for acting like that, and an hour later she hands him back his phone. What the fuck did she teach him? Not a goddamn thing. But whatever, it's not my. I'm just saying, some of her parenting skills, and the daughter, she's got one daughter, and she just spoils that little girl to rock.
Well, these days, if you don't gentle parent your kids, it's like,
Mm,
against the law.
You can beat your kids, but it's like there's certain things
No,
you
no, no,
can
no.
still do.
There's a difference. There's a difference between beating your kids and disciplining your kids. I'm
Yes,
a firm believer
taking the
in
phone away
disciplining
for a
your
damn
kids.
hour is not a hardship. Let's put it that way.
I'm a firm believer in disciplining your kids. I think if we get more parents to discipline their kids, and I think here's the biggest pet peeve. Okay, me coming from a different being from a different country and being a citizen of the United States, I've seen and being able to travel, I've seen things a lot differently. Okay, here in the United States, kids call the cops on
Wait, you're from a different
parents.
country?
Yes,
But you didn't know
kids.
that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, kids here can call the cops on their parents and be like, "Oh, you abused me." Okay, the kids go to
That doesn't
school.
mean
No, hold on. The kids go to school. The teachers see a mark on the kids. They call CPS. You know, your your neighbor can call CPS on you because you're disciplining your kids. I mean, you have all these facets of people who can tell you how to discipline your kids and not what not to do. Okay, but you go overseas and you go to some of these countries and you see kids getting disciplined, and you're like, damn, they're like, oh wait, hold on. But then you see
they
those
got
same kids. you see them, and later on, and you're like, damn, they're so nice, they're so well mannered, they're respectful, they're this, they're that, and you're then you come here to America and you go, these damn kids are unruly. Your kids are freaking damn just doing whatever. I mean, kids are telling you in your own house, you're the parent, and your kid is slamming the door and saying, "Stay out of my room. This is my space." Wow, I'm sorry, you're not paying the bills. I'm the parent. You know, there's a difference between beating your kids and disciplining your kids. And I'm not saying that you got to spank your kids, put your kids in timeout, do whatever. But there's certain things I think you as a parent need to do in disciplining your kids. And I think more parents are being in the United States. What I'm seeing is more parents are being friends with their kids instead of being parents to their kids, and that's
Yep.
where there's a disconnect. I'm I will I will forever be a parent, a father, and to guide my kid versus being a friend. I'm gonna be a friend to my child when he or she turns, 18 and able to do that because I know I'm gonna spend the time disciplining them, bringing them up right from wrong. I mean, the
Yep.
English have a saying, "Manners make it the man," and um, the thing is, uh, there are a lot of kids who don't have manners anymore. I've seen it in even grocery stores where kids are like, "Mom, you're a little bitch. You're this," and I'm like, "Wow,
Oh, fuck.
Lord help me
like,
if ever
like
ever says
seriously,
that.
Yeah, no
like
kidding,
I'm dead
right?
serious." I'm like, so where's the upbringing? Where is it that
You
we
know what the problem? Okay, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
no?
It's
Where is
about
it? Where's
starting
the
when they're
disconnect?
damn young. Don't mean to interrupt. My bad.
No, no, no. You're good. But that's the I mean, where's the disconnect? Where's the disconnect in America as far as disciplinary go? And I think there's too many rules and regulations and too many things that are in place that tells
It's
a
not even
parent
that.
how to raise a kids. I'm not saying that's just the only thing. I'm just saying from
Yeah, the
me.
DHS can investigate it. If you spank your kid, if it leaves a mark over 24 hours, yes, you can get in trouble. If it doesn't leave a mark for 24 hours, then you're fine. I'm just saying, you can discipline your child. But first of all, you got to stop that child when they're little so they respect you and they respect others. You know what? You guys earlier we were talking about young girls popping out babies. They're too busy thinking about going out and having fun and leaving their babies with grandma or somebody else. But they're not there disciplining the child. They're not there taking care of their child. They're not doing what they need to do. They're too busy worried about having fun because they're still young. So that kind of plays back to that whole like, oh, but it's got to be. You think about it. How many times you talk about your grandma, Blazing? Because your grandma had a big influence on your life growing up because she was the disciplinarian. She was like, "Hey, we ain't doing this," and you
Well, it
listened.
was like I had
Your aunties too,
my
but
the
I'm
thing.
saying,
But you see, that brings another point to me, right? I've I've gone out. I've been in the clubs. I've been outside. I've been, moving around and stuff. So I've seen different things. I've been outside of the country. I've traveled. So I've seen a lot of different things. I've experienced life in different countries. So this was another point here. It's really crazy to me that when you say about grandparents, right? My
mm,
grandmother was my grandmother. I go to the bar or to the club and I sit down and I'm talking to this woman here, and she's like, "Oh yeah, here's my daughter." Well, damn it, your daughter is 10 years younger than you, and then she got kids, and you a grandmother? Like, um, yeah, that's grandparents used to be grandparents. Nowadays,
Thanks for joining the
grandma
stream.
ain't. Grandma is 34, and the daughter is 21. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a
no,
blurred
I
line.
know.
I'm saying, how do you have grandparents? That's not a grandparent. Like, you still young. Like, what's going on here? I mean, I'm just saying it's really hard when it comes to disciplining kids, and you seeing generational things happen where you see, and I'm not saying this is just generational only, but I see it in I see it here in the United States where there's there's cultural differences, but also there's the twist of the cultural differences to where you see like in the black race where kids are having kids and grandparents are younger than the grandparents of 40 years ago. And then like you look in the Caucasian vicinity, and it's different. You look in the Asian culture in the United States, it's different. You look in the Hispanic culture, it's different. You know, you go down you go and you just break it down by culture, you see different trends that are happening here in the United States. But then like you go back overseas and it's completely different. Like if we were to go to Mexico, it's completely different how they raise their kids. You go to Argentina or you were able to go to, Italy or France, and you see things completely different if you're over there versus here where there's a lot of I'm not saying red tape, but there's a lot of things that facilitate the upbringing of kids
Yeah.
as far as discipline
You
goes.
still need to be a parent, regardless of what the rules are. There's other things besides. There's other things you can take away from your kids. My kids, you know what? When they were naughty, especially when they were like probably middle school or elementary school, if they were naughty and doing shit they weren't supposed to, they had to sit at the damn dining kitchen table and write 100 times or 50 times. I will
I
not,
did that
whatever,
so
whatever.
many times. I can't even
Yes, I mean
remember.
that's punishment. You can't go play with your friends. You can't do that, but you are going to sit here and you're going to do it. And I'm going to watch you do it while I'm making dinner. I mean, it's a form of punishment, but it's not brutal.
Well,
Or
I
you know
mean,
what I'm saying?
I get what you're
We
saying.
keep
I think
talking
we,
back. Oh, it happened once. My son talked back, and I was like, I'm your mother, and we ain't talking like that. And I didn't have an issue with my boys growing up.
I don't
If
think
we
we,
weren't allowing it,
I think
I
we
mean,
have to,
if you're
I think
anything
we
like
have
me,
to
when I
be
was
parent.
younger, when I got whooped, I would just start laughing. So
I can see that.
That's just because you're a freak.
no, it's because I got whooped so much, it didn't hurt anymore.
I think after a certain point, I think there's a level of discipline in your kids.
When
Like
they're little, or like
I
when they're
I I have a
when they're
firm
little,
I have a
sometimes
firm
they get.
believe like B said. It's like when right now, like I have a daughter, and having a daughter, I want her to grow up with manners, respect, and integrity. So those are things that I'm instilling in her. Now, when she becomes in her teenage years, I'm not spanking my daughter. I'm not gonna be spanking.
No,
I'm just gonna talk to her, and I'm gonna be like, look, here's the choice you got to make. Here's the decision. I'm not giving the choices. I'm saying decisions. Here's the decision. This if you did A and you did B, here's what will happen. Here's the cause and here's the effect of it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I think if we in partly instill these things into our kids when they're young, because inertly you do after a while, your kids do know right from wrong. They do know if you don't go to school, you are going to, gonna get caught. If you skip school and you do get caught, this is the consequences. Like once they understand the cause and effect and the consequences for their action, they do know right from wrong. And I think that starts when they're young. And if we're not parenting our kids to know right from wrong and giving them that stable ground, then we have these kids going to juvenile detention centers and doing stuff. And then you're like, oh, well, he was a good kid. Okay. Yeah, he was a good kid, but he just committed murder. He was a good kid. Oh, he just ran with the wrong crowd. Oh, he was a good kid. I've watched so many news reports of parents talking about my son or my daughter. They were such good
You know,
kids. And
people
I'm
say
going,
that
huh?
it's because the parents don't want to take responsibility for how their kid turned out.
Yes.
Think about it.
And
Johnny's a good guy. He never does anything.
yeah, it's funny to me. So I think parenting, you know, you have to parent your kids. And I don't care if you're
You have
you're
to be
20 years old. I think you at 20 years old, 21 years old, you there's certain things that you have to do. I'll tell you this little story. I A friend of mine's her niece. right? Graduated, just recently graduated last year, college. Um, and so she's been out of college for a year. She's working, um, and she just she found out she's pregnant, right? Which I'm like, damn, she just got out of college, just been a year, and now she's pregnant, right? The guy that she's was seeing or whatever doesn't want to have anything to do with the baby. Um, which to me, I mean, to each his own, but at the same time, like Tyler said, you knew about precautions, you knew about, birth control, you know about all these different things. Why is it that
There you go, though.
in this day and age, with all the things that we have to help with protection, even as men, I'm saying that too, as even as men, that you take that chance, and then when you find out that that woman is pregnant, you say, "Hey, I never wanted to have a kid," or you as a woman do that or engage in those activities, and then you do get pregnant, and then you say, "Well, it's your fault, it's his fault," or you don't take
Yeah,
responsibility for it.
6 feet to tango.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's being unprotected sex, then well, what the chips are gonna fall where they're gonna fall.
What's stupid is that, you know, kids that are like 14 or 16 having fucking kids.
I think date in the first place. That's what I don't understand.
My biggest pet peeve is when you have kids having kids that, when they're 14, 16, and they're
Where's
having
the
kids,
parent?
yeah, where's the parents? That's my question, is like, where is the parents? Where was the parenting to sit there and talk to your kids about the birds and the bees, to talk to your kids about what's going on? I mean, we're in the 21st century, and the fact that we're in the 21st century, we're all connected, social media, internet, all of this stuff. Why are you not telling your kids you know about sex? Why are you not telling your kids about the precautions? Why are you not doing this stuff? I mean, me having a daughter, my daughter comes to me, I don't really, it's not that I really don't care, but my reaction is, first of all, I'm a father, I need to protect my daughter. So telling my daughter about the birds and the bees, me and her mom sitting down and telling her about the birds and the bees and saying, hey, you can come to dad and tell dad anything. Whether she goes to her mom and tells her mom, hey, I'm thinking about this, or I'm talking to this guy or whatever. Hey, here's a condom. Here's, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna get you on birth control, the shot. Whatever you have to do as a parent to protect your kids. But I think that some parents are not looking at it as they're no longer protecting their kids. And I think some men are no longer being fathers to protect their kids, because that's part of our nature. That is something that as a man we should be doing,
You don't
is
want to think of
protecting.
you don't want to think about your little kid, your little girl, while wanting to be sexually active.
No, it's irrelevant though. As a father, you don't want to think about it, but eventually you're gonna think about, hey, some guy coming to your door and asking your daughter to go to the prom, or eventually, these things are, it's inevitable. It is inevitable. Your son, you know, eventually your son is gonna grow up. He's gonna see a girl out there, and he's gonna say, hey, I really like her. He's gonna find out about the birds and the bees. Either he finds out from the birds and the bees from you as the parent, or he finds out from his friends and everybody else who are not gonna tell him exactly what you're gonna tell him, or her, the whole entire thing in its entirety. You need to know what's going. A informed decision is an incorrect decision. So
That's why
I would rather inform my daughter or inform my son correctly, so they can make the informed decision and understand, based on that, their actions and engagements.
I don't deal with peer pressure though. But yes, you're right. But they have to be
But
confident and feel like they can talk to you. That's important.
but even with peer pressure, if you give your kids the information, right?
Totally
And they
understand.
know the information, they are better prepared to protect themselves when you're not around. You could only
No,
protect your
I
kids.
agree.
You can only protect your kids so much. Look, you said it yourself. Your son said he's the pullout king. Okay,
I feel that. I feel that.
you know what I'm
Jesus.
saying?
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, my kids can
it's
tell me that because we have a relationship that I'm very open about things. So therefore,
but
it's not
but that's the
surprising. Like sensitive with that. So.
but that's a difference though. The difference is you raised your kids at when you raise your kids to the point where you raise your kids, you were being a parent. You have always been a parent to your kids. You will never be nothing else but a parent. But when their kids became a certain age, they no longer are just your kids. Now you have that relationship, it's established, that respect. Now it's a mutual respect and they can talk to you about anything. So now it becomes not just mom, this is my mom or this is my dad. It now becomes more of a friendship where they can come talk to you and say, hey, mom or dad, I need some advice on this, or I need some advice on this relationship or whatnot. Instead of the going out there and just talking to their friends, they have a sounding board and you know that you're going to tell them the truth. And they know mom or dad is going to tell me as it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
One
like that.
thing.
It's like that one that they it's what was it on TikTok? The I seen the little trend going around. It's like we listen
And we
but
do.
don't judge.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd
You
be
know what I'm
just.
saying? And so you get to a point, I think you get to a point in your parenting that you now listen and you don't judge. You more so listen and then you tell them, "Hey, this is what I think and this is what I believe," and you take it and you run and they run with it.
Oh yeah. My kids do their own thing, but they'll ask me for advice. Absolutely. They don't
Yeah.
necessarily follow it, but they'll at least ask. You can have a
Right.
conversation.
Hey, Blazin, you sent me that link for the hoodie that you have up there. I can't
No.
find
Yeah.
it.
Oh
You
It's,
my
what?
God, this is
I can't
so
find it.
long.
You want me to send it to you again?
Yeah, send it to me again. For some reason, it's
All
not.
right.
Always losing shit.
Well, it's not even in my text. It's like I lost like a month of, or like a week of messages almost.
Always losing shit.
Hey, Alex. You know why he keeps losing. You know why you keep losing shit, right?
Mm.
Mm,
Tyler, you ready for this one?
Yep.
uh-oh.
I'm about to roast him on this one. Here it goes. You know why he keeps losing shit?
Why?
Because it's too small.
Oh damn.
You ain't wrong.
Wow.
Damn.
That's
Um,
what she said.
wow.
Ding.
I've actually heard
Damn.
that from a person in the middle of doing stuff. So
Damn.
Oh,
Oh my
damn.
God, I wouldn't have enough nerve to say that. I would be like, I just maybe not, I might ghost you after that.
nope.
I'm just kidding. I won't. Oh, I probably would ghost you. Who knows?
B's
Probably
fighting her
goes in
body.
his
Her
mind.
inner demons like, oh, maybe I would. Maybe I would. She's like fighting the
Well,
inner
I'm like,
Practically
demon.
ghosting him.
how do you no? It's like how do you tell somebody like we're not compatible in that area? I mean, okay, I take this. What I'm okay. If he's more than a one, I know I have to. I know my brain works faster than my mouth does, so I apologize.
No, you're good.
So it's kind of like if he does other stuff, he can be small, but if he does other stuff, I'm like, if that's all he's going to do is like, hey, let's, you know, if that's all he's relying on is that, he doesn't have, he can't be a one trick pony. That's what I'm saying. He's got nothing else going on. Yeah, it's probably not going to work. Then. I don't know
But
anybody that wants to have a relationship with someone who's kind of one sided as far as physical, mutual pleasure, right?
yeah, but if we were in the middle of sex and we looked at you and be like, "You're twisted, you lose," how would you feel?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't say anything during sex. I may not want to hook up
Dude.
again, but I may not want to hook up again. Would you want to hook up with the girl that you said, hey, yeah?
I mean, you
How about,
just go up against the wall. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
well, I'm just saying, yes. I probably would. I wouldn't blurt it out to somebody. I'm not that callous, but I mean,
Oh
am
no,
I
I
gonna
still go back.
sacrifice another
Just
round? Or, like I said,
I mean, you can be
if they
like
had more
Walter
going
from
on.
Jeff Dunham that goes, "Hello, I found your keys," and it might just fly over
Uh,
their head, or they'll get it and go, "You're an ass."
well, okay. So I mean, that's like saying you're intimate with somebody, and it's like a woman, and you're intimate with her, and you're like you're like, damn, it's like throwing a hot dog down the hallway.
Well, right.
or or
That could be his fault, not hers.
what if it's the reversal? What if it's the reversal and she
It's
like
too
really
big.
likes you, and she's no, hold on, she's really likes you and whatnot, and you guys are gonna be intimate, but you are too well endowed.
bro, I've never heard
How
that
would
one
you
before.
no, I'm just saying, how would you take that?
Well, you can only handle so much. It's painful if you don't. Honestly.
I'm just saying, she comes out and she goes, wait, sorry, I can't do this because you're too big.
I don't know if I could be her or if I would be proud.
Right, I
Like,
think I'd be more proud than anything. I'm like, God, all right, like,
no, no,
God
no,
Well,
no, no. I'm
damn.
saying, would you be like? I understand you'd
And,
be proud, but you're not
and
going to be able to
he's
be
gonna
intimate.
say, he's just gonna say, I'm just gonna put the tip in.
Yeah, right. Just the tip. That's when you
Yeah.
just jam it fucking in there. You hold on.
Oh,
it becomes a rodeo.
Yeah, you just
Oh,
hold on.
shit.
if it gets up to 8 seconds, then we're good.
Just hold on for 8 seconds. Don't worry about it. Let me just press
Right,
right.
right. Just
Just
hold on.
hold on for 8 seconds.
I'm a free
Like,
pump chump anyway, so hold on, we'll be good.
Oh my god,
ah,
that'd be terrible.
how? No, my question is, how many like
Our children dating too.
would you be proud? Would you be really insulted if you found out the women that you were with, like the women that you were with, were telling you that you were great, and then find out behind your back that they
I've already
basically were
had that
saying
happen.
that you
They
ain't
were
shit.
from what?
Like
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I've
like
had
you
that
ain't
yeah.
happen.
shit.
I've been told that to my face. Like, end of breakup, like, we're at the point, like, we're breaking up face to face. She goes, "Oh, yeah, you remember all those times that I told you you were great in bed? You weren't. You sucked. I faked it." I was like, "Okay, you weren't
She's
great
already
in."
breaking up. That's just being mean at that point.
It's like
It
how many
happens.
like this, but no, this is my killer pet peeve with that one, right? It's really funny because women would say things to hurt men ego.
Hmm.
Men would say things to hurt women's feelings. So in the
So you're
end of a
saying it's all fair
relationship,
and love and war?
you say things to hurt feelings and egos. In the beginning of the relationship, you say things to build each other up, right?
Yeah.
So whether
My
he's
opinion.
whether he's got his shortcomings or whatever, or she's
We
got her
all do.
shortcomings, which we all
Yeah.
do, right? You don't say that in the beginning of the relationship. You don't have those conversations in the beginning of the relationship. But at the
What's
end of the
everybody saying?
relationships, you really use that to hurt the other person's feelings or ego.
In my opinion, I feel like everybody should talk about sex in their relationship, anyways.
I think it's harder to talk about intimacy in a relationship because there's
Just be adult about it.
you don't want to offend that person.
So the way I look at it is, I would rather the woman straight up tell me, "Hey, look, I would rather have you do this because the way you do it, I do not like. So if you want to be able to fuck me correctly, I want you to do this shit to me." I'd rather have a woman say that than to be faking it the entire fucking relationship. I'm just
Oh, definitely, definitely. If you guys have a good open communication, that should always be like, oh, if she's, yeah, I definitely agree. I agree.
I don't give a shit if she even has to first tell me, "Hey, look, sex with you is shitty. How about we do this instead?" And if she was like, "All right, let's do this," and it'll be more like, you know, entertaining, or
Guiding.
I'll be more into it if we do it this way, then why the fuck can't that be a thing? My issue is when women don't say shit and the man's just expected to like kind of know what the fuck they're doing, because the thing is every woman's different, and if that woman is
Exactly.
not communicating with that man, the sex never will be good.
Okay, so you brought up a point. Okay, so women
Good point.
sexuality is women's sexuality, men's sexuality, right? You'd rather that. So would you have a problem if a woman literally says, "Hey, we're gonna be intimate or whatnot, but I like to use toys"? Would you have a problem with that?
I mean, whatever, the way I look at it is whatever pleases her is what I'm going to do. Because if she's getting enjoyment out of it, well, realistically, a man's gonna enjoy the sex either way, right? We're getting fucking pussy, okay? Re- Regardless, we're still gonna enjoy the sex. All right, let's be honest here, right? So it's more in a way what the woman wants in order for her to stay satisfied, so you can continue to get that pussy.
Right?
Right, but I mean, like, you wouldn't be offended at all. Like, there's men out here who have said, like, I'm offended. I'd be offended if a woman actually pulls out a sex
She
toy,
wants
like,
to. Oh well.
you know what I'm
Well,
saying? Pulls out a toy.
I mean, if she pull, I mean, I get where you're coming from, but I thought you meant like if she wanted you to use it on her.
Well, I mean, both. I mean, you're in the realm of having relations, and she pulls out a sex toy while
And
you're having relations.
I
I
mean,
think that's a
Like,
conversation
women
that
also take long
that's a
ones. So
yeah, and I think that's a conversation that you don't have while you're in bed. First of all, I don't think you need to be in bed and have that conversation. It's like when you're everybody's relaxed in a good mood, and it's like, hey, maybe next time can we try something different? Can we try this? Can whatever? Maybe we're gonna role play. Maybe we're gonna I got something I'd like to try. I don't. Yeah, it has to be communicated. You're right. Men can't. They don't. You're right. Every woman's different. What you did to one woman, she just like was over the moon about it. The next one was like, ugh, she's not happy
oh,
about it. So
so
yeah, it's pretty
that brings
easy.
another
You
question.
suck, you suck your dick and you let them stick it in. They're happy, right? It's not. Guys aren't that hard.
Wow, but no,
I mean,
okay,
Or if
I
it's
mean,
that,
I mean,
that brings me to a question here, real quick. This brings me to a question. So you're if you're having relations with this woman, right, and you have this conversation, and the conversation she starts off saying, "Hey, the guy that she was with previously used to do
no,
this,
that's not
this,
a
and
good
this."
starter. No,
Would you be offended with a woman saying that the guy she was with previously pleased her by doing A, B, and C?
she
Would
doesn't
you
have to
be
say
offended?
that. Yes, that's not. You no, you can't. You can't bring other people into the bedroom with you. It's not like that. It'd be like
No,
you
I'm not
wouldn't have
saying
to
bring
say it
any. No,
like
I'm not
that.
saying bring somebody into the bedroom. I'm saying the conversation is
But
he's saying
conversation
to
is like,
you, it's a
yeah,
conversation. You're
I've
having a
done this before. You
conversation, and
don't have to bring up anybody. Oh, my ex used to do this. I think that's offensive. Like you're thinking about your ex right now. Okay, you don't have to say that. You can just say, "Let's try this." You don't have to like, "Oh, I learned this from somebody else." Obviously, you did because you've done it before, but we don't have to put it like that. That's just like it's like you're trying to compare apples and oranges. There, I don't know. I mean, you could say, "Let's try this," but I wouldn't say, "Oh, my ex used to do this and I loved it." Hey, this guy might do the same thing, and you may not like it when he does it. That's you can't bring that. You can't say it like that. You gotta word it so that it's not offensive.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Who wants to know? Oh, my ex used to do this, and blah blah blah. Like, oh, it's just like, can we try this? You don't have to. Anybody with a brain is gonna figure out. Yeah, she's probably had this done before. You don't, but you're not leading with that. Hey, my ex used to do this. I don't feel like that's rude. Okay, guys, you could comment. I'm sorry. I just love it.
well,
Anybody
I
ever
mean,
said that to you?
I think it is rude, but I mean, it is what it is. Like,
hey,
I'm
so
not saying it's a.
gotta take one for the team.
So, what do you tell people if they said, "Oh, how do I compare to you?" Someone asks you, "Oh, how do I compare to your other?"
I mean,
Your
it depends on you. Like, I think of your relationship. If your relationships, if you have a strong relationship, talking about things openly shouldn't be a problem. If you don't,
right.
then it's going to be a problem. And I think most of the times we get offended the fact that we, have those conversations. Sometimes we don't want to offend the other person. And I think having uncomfortable conversations make relationships better. These uncomfortable
Okay.
conversations, especially with sex.
It's got to be the right time.
Well, no, not just the right time, but having uncomfortable conversations, period, makes the relationship stronger. Because if you don't have these uncomfortable conversation, the longer it keeps on
How's
going
the other
on,
person gonna know? Yeah.
the other person will not know, especially in the realm of the intimacy realm. Um,
No, you're right.
I mean,
You're right.
shoot,
You're right.
I've had a woman told me at one point, it's like, man, I was thinking I'm doing the most, right? And like, she told me, she's like, I didn't I didn't climax. I'm like, what? I was kind of mad, dude. I was
That's
mad.
leave, bro.
I was mad. I was like, damn. Like, I felt like I was, the feeling of a woman telling me that was like, oh, I gotta redeem myself. Like, I gotta prove my point. You know what I'm saying? So like the next time, man, I try to make a tap out. Like, I was like, yo, lights out. Like, I got like I
Don't
was
make that
playing
bitch
like a
not
song in
wrong.
the back of my head. Like, look, I'm trying to make you tap out. Like, I'm trying to murder this. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pull the AR out now. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to prove a point. Like,
I bet she came every time after that.
but that was a conversation that needed to happen because like
Right.
it gave
Yeah, you
me
don't
a
want to hurt
little.
somebody's feelings. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
It didn't, I didn't take it as a hurt feelings. I was like, wow. It was a shocker to me. And it was like, oh. But I personally think that it worked out great. And I think women should do that to men because as a man, I have a feeling that, and this is my thing, looking at things from the outside. If you as a woman tell a man that he's great and he's been great, good, extravagantly great, right? And the relationship ends, you got him thinking that he's heaven, right? And really and truly, he's a dove. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got him up here and he thinking that way, and really he's a dove, and he goes to has another relationship, and this woman's like, this motherfucker ain't shit.
Well,
I mean,
okay. When is there a time to tell white lies?
I
If the
mean,
guy point blank asks you, "Am I the best you ever had?" Are you gonna lie? Are you gonna you're gonna sue?
but do you tell? Let me
Caress
say
his ego,
let me let
or
me
you?
let me say this, right? If you telling a white lie or you telling a lie, you telling a small lie or a big lie? What's the difference between the small lie and the big lie?
You're stroking his ego. You want him to feel good. You want him to feel happy. So that's different
But
than.
I understand
I
about
mean, if
stroking
he's
your
this
ego and
shit,
wanting to feel happy. I mean, Alex had the experience where a woman tells him point blank. I mean, you it's not stroking your ego, it's letting you know. I mean, as an adult, there's certain things. I mean, certain things you can't help as a person. You was like you can be a guy, some women say, "Oh, I want a guy who's like 6 foot, he's tall or whatever." Well, guess what? I want a woman who can cook. Can you cook? No. Okay, well, you're disqualified. Bye. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're doing the same thing. I mean, would you say, okay, let me ask you this question. Would you say a man is less than a man if he can't change a tire or change the oil in the car?
Oh God, there's a lot of people who can't do that kind of shit. Yeah, I
No,
wouldn't think less of them. No,
do you think he's less of a man if he can't do that?
I don't know. No, not really. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I mean, you don't know, or
Anybody that
I'm saying,
I would probably think that. that. I mean, if he men are
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay,
I
okay.
would.
You said that,
I would
right?
want to
Okay.
date the guy who
So
can't. If
would a
I could
woman
change a tire, they should be able to change a tire.
so would
I
a
can change
woman be
a tire.
less than a woman if she cannot cook?
I mean, probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
Listen,
okay.
the only two things I need from a woman is for her to keep my balls empty and my belly full. That's it.
There you
So then
go.
she's
See?
less than so then she would be less than a woman if she can't cook. If the same premise
Well,
says true, no, if the same premise is to go for a
I
man,
agree.
a
I'm
man
not
can't change
arguing
it.
your point.
If a man, hold on, it's the same premise. Because if women are saying that men, okay, that men are less than a man, he's less than a man if he can't change a tire or he can't do certain things, right? Then it's the same premise for a woman. If a woman cannot cook, she would be less than a woman. It's the same premise because if we're judging off of the things that a man can't do, and a woman is saying if he can't do this, he's less than a man. So then it
But
should be the same thing for a
change a
woman.
tire,
She's
he
less
knows
than a
how to
woman if she
cook.
can't cook.
Oh, so if I can change a tire, then I'm more like a guy. I can change a
No, I'm
tire.
not saying that. I'm saying the premise of
Well, what if he?
what I'm
Maybe
saying
he's
is
a great cook. He
we're
don't know how to
saying
change a tire. Well, I know how to
we're
change both.
putting premises on men. Women put
This is pretty
premises on men.
general.
I'm not saying all women do. I'm just saying women are putting premises on men, and men are not putting the same premises on women. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think that I've ever, anytime I've dated or talked to someone, I did not ask the guy, "Do you know how to change a tire?" I've never asked a man if he knew how to change a tire.
Well, you're not going to ask a man if he knows how to change the tire.
Is the man going to ask if you know how to cook? I bet he asks if you know how to cook.
Well, I literally will ask a woman if she owns a cookbook if I
Um,
start talking to her. And I've came to the realization if you don't
we live
own
on the internet.
I
We
have
live on
certain
the internet. You can get a recipe anywhere.
no, I understand that, but I get to
That's a soft skill.
I'm at the premise, I'm at the point and the stage in my life that you understand certain things. And one of those things is that we put premises on individuals and we put premises on relationships. We walk into relationship with certain goals or certain expectations. And the thing about it is, if we live in the reality of not having expectations and then we formulate the communication level, then the relationship will flourish and grow. But when we go into relationships with expectations, we actually set ourselves up for failure because the other party, A, does not know the expectations that you have for the relationship. B, your expectations is either A, realistic or unrealistic. There goes the shortcomings and the downfall.
And we're gonna leave that there because tomorrow's Easter, and I gotta get up early to go do stuff with my son. So
You
Okay.
can't
Here,
cook
Bruce.
anyway. What are you talking about?
I know I can't cook, but
I
I
was
still
just
gotta.
gonna say, me and Deer just going
How
at it
early
the
we
rest.
talking?
What'd
I
you say, Tyler?
know.
I said, how early are we talking?
Probably me being up
Oh,
at
oh,
7.
getting.
Oh wow.
Uh,
He's like, I gotta
I'm
get
good
up.
enough.
He's like, I gotta get up early because I gotta go fill my belly. Ugh.
What's up with his son? Knock it off. Easter Bunny coming.
Thank you, B. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. It's
What
not
the
about the
heck?
food. Think about the Easter Bunny.
You gotta go
And
hide
finding
freaking
Easter
eggs at.
eggs.
Oh,
Yes.
stop giving it. Stop trying to stroke his ego.
I was talking to me now. I'm straight a fact. You might enjoy
He's
me
over there
stroking his
acting
ego.
like he's over there acting like he's Jesus tonight. Like, oh yeah, I can't do no wrong.
Hey, I've been letting you take over
He got away
this.
from getting roast tonight. And ain't that some joint?
No, I
You
still got
roast.
roasted.
Nah, you got roasted, but you didn't get roasted like we normally roast. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Well, then we can make
We
this
actually took
last
it,
10
we took
minutes.
it easy
of
on you because it's Easter.
Okay. Well, I was about to say we can make this last 5 minutes roast Alex time.
Nah, we're not gonna roast Alex. You know, we're not gonna
It'll just be
touch on your shortcomings.
Fuck you.
Wow.
Snuck that one in there. You snuck that one in there.
People who live in glass houses should not be throwing the first stone.
I don't live in a glass house, so I'm gonna throw in every stone there is.
Well, I'll see
My
how
house
this.
is made out of brick.
Really?
Brick.
Well, we're gonna see how this does over the week. I'll watch the numbers on this, and if it does good for the stream, we might just move to YouTube. We might do a couple. I don't know yet. Twitch has been like 4 views, 5 views. YouTube, we've already got 5 in the 2 hours that we did. 4 so far.
Mm.
So, I mean, if we were to do an actual like 3 hour one, we probably have a little bit more. But still, for the first time on YouTube streaming it, not terrible. But thank you all so much for watching. If you like to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Go check out our
Don't do
t-shirt.
any of that.
Our t-shirts. It should be right there, and our hoodie should be right over here. Link will
Oh
be
yeah.
in the description. Blazing's still working on the other design of fuck it, it's reality or some shit.
Oh yeah. This one, the TSL shirt, man. Yeah, I gotta cop that.
Oh yeah,
That right there is it's hot. It's hot right there. That TSL.
I
You
sent
gotta
I
you
just I
gotta
just
cop it, man.
I sent the TSO one to my dad and sent one to Pat and told them both to buy one.
Yeah, the TSL. The TSL's you gotta cop it, man. That right there lets you know I'm for real. It does.
Oh
It
yeah.
does save lives. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it all.
And for people that want to know, it does go up to 3XL. Hold on, I have it pulled up still.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
3XL. It goes
so
all the
we,
way
so
up.
y'all don't have fat people size.
No, 5XL. Sorry, 5XL.
No, is it 5?
Yeah.
I can't remember
There
when
you
I
go.
did it. I had it all the way from smalls to the further up or something like that.
And then the shirts and everything else, I think also that goes up to 3X or extra small. And on the actual logo, which is over in the corner where B is, uh, we also have hoodies for that. Comes in different colors. We have a gym bag, a white hoodie with the logo, white shirt,
Yeah.
long sleeves. So go check it out. It's actually pretty cool. Blazing did all the designs. So
Yeah, we got some other. There's other T-shirts. There's other T-shirts on there too.
yep,
Some funny little things that you guys could check out. Supporting the channel and whatnot.
yep.
It's yeah. So it's a little funny little stores or some other stuff is coming. That's gonna be funny. I think if you're just looking for some little crazy gift to give a friend or
Yeah.
something like a gag gift or something like that for Christmas. I got some other things coming in there that I'll be working on.
If this keeps
that
going
you
to
guys might
Christmas,
like.
we'll end up getting Christmas stuff eventually. But we'll have to make like new slogans for that time. But I bet you we'll have something.
Oh,
at
we
that
got
time.
we got slogans coming. I got it. I got it already wrapped up. Don't worry about that. It's just working on the designs to put it together. The TSL one, I really like it. It came out good.
Tyler came up with the phrase, or with the phrase,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Gotta
So
give him
Tyler came up with
props.
the phrase. I did all the gutter work.
I'm just doing everything
Um,
for social or for YouTube and Twitch, and
So I
eventually, if
think
Tyler
I
can
think
get
it's funny
a
because I'm
computer,
getting me a shirt. I'm getting me a TSL shirt. I'm for real. I'm rolling
What's
around
your
with
hat?
the hoodie.
I didn't go to the website. Is it app too?
Yeah,
It's hat
it'll
like
go directly to the website. Go directly to the
okay, I will. Okay, yeah. No.
B, did you ever get your shirt?
No, I
what was that?
haven't. Oh, we did. He did check into it for me. He said it processed. I just haven't
Yeah.
gotten it yet.
So what's
I
happening
still look
right
good.
now? What's happening right now with all this trade
Yeah.
embargoes and tariffs and all of this stuff. It's like delaying a lot of the things that were manufactured because a lot of these things are not manufactured here in the
No.
United States.
Mm-hmm.
They're being manufactured outside of the United States and then shipping in. So like there's stuff that's coming from Mexico that now has to go through the ports and the process, and so it's taking longer. I mean, I have ordered stuff right now from Japan, and instead of it being here within like you know,
A week.
within a week, it's now taking like a month and a month and a half.
Yeah,
There's stuff that I've even go online and order, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get it here because I'm gonna use it, and
it's
it's
taking
taking
forever.
it's taking like 3 weeks to get here because now all this stuff is have to be routed through the customs and
Yeah,
all these different things. So it's a lot of things are slowed down, even within my company, man.
right.
The company I work for, parts have
Oh yeah,
even been processed and slowed down. So
but go
they're
check out.
scrambling to refurbish stuff. So
Well, go check out blazing95.com. Check out if you knew who's YouTube and
I don't even check me out. I don't give a shit.
okay. Well, he's
Check
still
you
gonna
out.
you
he'll
mean
still
Mr.
be in.
Babyface? Change the picture, man. You're Babyface now. That's what your nickname is, Babyface.
Uh, but thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you all
I'm gonna
next
call you
time.
Titty Tyler.